Hello YouTube, welcome to Dendrick's Evening Toy. Tonight's evening toy is Fans Toys FT-16 Sovereign, which of course is their version of Galvatron. And I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm a huge fan of Galvatron, and I think this is the best version we've had of him yet. I'm going to do a few comparisons and not really get into transformation too much because it's been covered by other reviewers, but I do want to point out some differences in the retail release, because I think a lot of other videos are of the pre-production samples, and there are some differences. At least one major one. So here he is in his cannon mode. This is pretty cool. I like how the fists are just in here, so you get a bit of articulation. These can pivot outward and keep them like that. This is the sort of toy version of the cannon. It has a cool transformation. You can open this up and swing out this piece for robot mode, which is kind of neat. And I'll show you the cartoon version of the gun. That connector piece is colored in this orange plastic. It's slightly metallic, and also both of them have a bit of detailing inside here. Now, let me show you right away one of the big differences in the retail version. I noticed the pre-production samples, he came with a matrix of leadership with a chain around it, which is cool. That's out of the movie. But this retail version that I bought, at least, did not include that. Instead, it came with this big blast effect. This is a rubbery piece of plastic that fits into here. I'm not sure which I would rather have, to be honest with you. You can see this piece, it's shaped like that so that it fits in to either of these. This, of course, you can also use in robot mode as if he's firing, or using it for propulsion, because he did that in at least one scene I can remember. So that is the biggest difference. As I said, this is kind of rubbery. It's a pretty good piece. These are separate pieces, all kind of just pegged together. You could take this apart if you wanted to, but only the base piece has a peg that will fit into the cannon. Oh look, it's like a flower. So you could do this instead. These pieces are all the same. They have the peg that doesn't. This peg does not fit into the cannon, and these pieces are all similar. The same connecting pieces, so they just kind of nest together. You could turn it around. I guess to customize your blast effect if you wanted to. How did I have this? Yeah, so you could build it as you like it, I suppose. Yeah, it's quite a massive piece. That's what she said. And yeah, it's okay. I'm not too disappointed because a lot of figures already come with a matrix. I mean, there's Optimus, Rodimus, or Hot Rod rather. Well, Hot Rod and Rodimus. Ultra Magnus, does he come? No, Ultra Magnus doesn't come with a matrix. But yeah, so I mean, you may already have one, and you can buy third-party versions of it too. So it's up to you whether or not you consider that a loss. Anyway, he does come with his two faces. This is the alternate one here. This is the one he comes packaged with. I just forgot to put this back on before I transformed him. And you can also put this up here if you want to get a little silly, because then he's angry Galvatron man. I kind of like that. Yeah, there's just a screw in the back like most of them are, and you can pop this out, put the other face in, and put it back together. For his regular face, he only has red eyes, which are permanently attached to the piece of the head that's still attached to the robot, and that's fine, I think, because he would never have any. Galvatron wouldn't have anything but red eyes. I lost a piece. I dropped it on the floor, but I managed to save face. So I like it. They both have the little chin goatee thing there, which is cartoon accurate, and it all has this nice metallic purple paint on it, which is beautiful. It's molded in purple underneath, but it's also painted, and a lot of this guy is metal. He's very heavy. I think he might be the heaviest Transformer I've owned. I mean, this is metal, this is metal, this is metal. This, I think, is metal. It's kind of hard to tell. They've really blended the paint together well, but tons of metal, if that's important to you. So let's do a bit of a comparison. Oh, he also includes this very large flight stand, which you can use to hold him up in robot mode via the pegs here. This is the same flight stand that comes with the Fans Toys Swoop Soar. Their Dinobot Swoop. Exact same stand. It comes in two pieces. This detaches from the base. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to transform Mania King because he's a pain in the ass. And anyway, he's much smaller. This is sort of a, what do they say, a chug size. I guess he's a chug sized figure. And here's the Takara Henkei version of Galvatron. I'll show these again in robot mode, of course, but yeah, it seems like Galvatron figures are always difficult to transform for whatever reason. Those are the Galvatrons I have. This one is the G1 reissue from Takara that they redid in animation colors, which looks much better. Before Fans Toys came along, this was my favorite Galvatron. He's easy to transform. He's cartoon accurate at last. I don't know what happened with the first original version of Galvatron, because the cartoon looked nothing like the toy, and the toy looked nothing like the cartoon. I don't know which came first, but one hand did not know what the other was doing when Transformers the movie came out. So yeah, this one, this was for the pistol mode. So that's why Galvatron always has that little tail in the end, although this one, as you can see, is articulated. There's a joint here with a wheel that doesn't really hit the ground. Well, kind of. It's articulated here and here. So this is kind of a double joint. This is not a joint here. So you can do some more things with that. You could have him sort of standing up level and bring that down. You can do all kinds of things with that. You want to put it like that, or you can just fold it right back up on the back. Not perfectly, but you got some options with it if you want. I just kind of lay it down because then he looks like an artillery piece, and he looks like this. I think this also, there's a switch somewhere to change the sound effect. Here it is. Yep. Oh, it is lighting up. Let me turn off the light here. You can't really see that, can you? There's a button here and a trigger. So that's for robot mode. He also has his eyes light up like that. You watch your language, Galvatron. Don't you use that language with me? Transform. Sorry, spending too much time on G1 Galvatron. This is not about G1 Galvatron. This is a comparison to G1 Galvatron. So, yeah, I'm going to transform him, and then we'll talk about robot mode. I almost forgot. I only have one complaint, really, about this mode, and that is that this piece here is unpainted. That should be gray to match. A small nitpick, and this flips over, so it's hidden in robot mode. But I'm going to have to touch that up. So I'll just put some gray paint on it. This is the closest I have. Hopefully that will fix that up, and then it should be symmetrical, because the rest of it is painted. This is kind of notched in here in this piece. Here is the mighty Galvatron, and he does look impressive in his robot mode, looking maniacal and evil and insane, and I love it. This is definitely the best version of Galvatron that we've gotten from a toy company. And let's show the other mask, the other face rather. It's the usual setup. You just take off unscrew the head and take it apart to take off the face. I love this character because he is crazy go nuts. I'm gonna take his face off. And there is Scowling Galvatron. Scowlatron. He's very heavy, so for those of you die-cast fetishists, he's got plenty of it. He's got these very heavy metal knees. There are metal feet with plastic on the bottom. The heels here are metal. These back plates here that go around his side in the cannon mode are metal. His shoulders are metal. His biceps are metal. His arms are partly metal. And I think these hands are the same ones that come on Phoenix, the Skyfire that's just coming out now. And his chest has some metal in it. This is a logo I added from Repro Labels. Normally I like things to be as cartoon accurate as possible, so I thought I was going to display them with this, but I do kind of like the translucent plastic. It looks cool on the toy. I may use it. I don't know. What do you guys prefer? Now earlier I was saying that he doesn't come with a matrix because I'm an idiot. So he does. It's metal. True story. I had this guy unpacked, and I checked for all the parts, I thought, and then I boxed up the packaging and stuff I didn't want. And my daughter would not go to sleep one night. She just started messing about. This is my 3-year-old. And she goes and opens the box and pulls out all the pieces, and there's a matrix in a baggie that I somehow overlooked. So thanks go to my 3-year-old for finding that. So let's see what he looks like with this giant, ridiculous blast. He's not going to be able to hold that without a stand. But if you put him on the flight stand that comes with him, you can do this, you know, using it like a propulsion. Whoop. This plug is not the best. But yeah, you could do that. I think he did that in one cartoon, at least. And there he is with X-Transbot's Elegos. Finally, I can display Galvatron and Cyclonus together on the shelf, and my life is complete. So I can die happy now. I think that's a good size and color difference. They were subtly different in the cartoon. I'm very happy with that. So there's Sovereign with the e-hobby version of the G1 Galvatron, and to his right is the unique Toys Mania King, which I still think is a good figure. It doesn't have the best articulation or the most accurate look to anything, but I like it. It's a nice style. The head is amazing, and the transformation is pretty clever too. And yes, I painted that gun orange. It was like a ivory color before for some reason. I don't know if I should have done that, because I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I think I'll still keep Mania King. He's still a good figure. I've just been moving away from that scale, but yeah, if you have a Chug collection, he's great. I'll just put Elegos back in there just so you can see how they compare. I don't have the Titans Return or Legends version of the new Galvatron that's out. I was going to get it, but when I knew the Sovereign was coming out, I decided to pass. But this figure is quite expensive, and I could totally understand if it's outside of someone's price range, and in that case I would recommend getting probably the Hasbro version. I usually go with Takara, but I think their purple is just a bit too soft and pastel. I don't quite like it. I do think this is better than the DX9 version, although I haven't seen that one in hand. I've been actually using the G1 version because in the proper colors, I think he looks great. I used to have the Armada version that turned into a big jet, but I sold that some time ago. That was a pretty good rendition too. I would say that that was probably the best one since G1, and after that, probably this one. You can see way over on the right there is the Henkei version. I do like that version, kinda. They had it halfway right, but the transformation and the transformation is well, you can see how far things have come over the years. And then down in front there we have the little guy that comes with Elagos, the little tiny Abaddon that comes with Elagos. There he is right there, in case you missed him. So let's see, ranking these figures from best to worst, I would have to go Fans Toys, and then this one, G1, no wait, that's a tie right there, and then Henkei. In conclusion, would anyone like to buy my Henkei Galvatron? Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching.